So I've decided to come back for more. I couldn't resist trying to get further. Okay, once I get this right for the umpteenth time. Jeez. That was bad. Oops, whoopsie. Here's what I don't get is how am I supposed to get those extra rings? Let's try this one more time, but I may opt for invisibility. Invincibility, rather. Dang it, have it! If I can, for goodness sake, keep Sonic on the stage. Okay, yeah, I'm going with invincibility, because I don't know how to get past those spikes of 3. I'm just bad at this. Now, I'm still going to try my butt off to avoid these spike balls, but at least I can rest in knowing that Sonic won't be actually hurt by them. Yeah, like that. And it's mainly for this part, because that's the pain in the arse. There we go. Now, Blazuriel, what proves Vector was here with Knuckles? Oh, that's a question. Okay. Smash Arcade. Ha! I knew it! You were both talking out of your bottom. Oh, that was him. Ha! I knew it. You were both talking out of your bottom. Let's try again, Blazuriel. What evidence helps prove Vector was here? Oh, the used cups sitting on the salon car's bar. One cup has a lipstick mark on the rim. No! I thought it was strange there was more than one cup sitting next to you. While you were supposed to be participating in the murder mystery game for Amy's birthday, you and Vector enjoyed some drinks, playing arcade. It's not like... It's not... I wasn't... Don't tell Amy. I think we're on the right track here. It's just as you say. Vector popped in at the top of the hour wanting to play the arcade machine with me. We went back and forth trying to figure the game out, but when we did, we competed for the highest score. When he bested me, I destroyed the machine. No proof of his win. I was trying to fix the arcade cabinet before you two came in. Honest. I didn't want to be caught. That's my story and alibi. I've already told an abridged version of this to Amy. Boy, this friend group has a lot of pride issues. Well, that explains one of the used cups. But what of the cup with the lipstick mark? Rouge was in here too. Huh. It's inconsequential. Not worth It's inconsequential. Not worth mentioning. See, sure. Sorry. No, sorry. She searched around for something but failed. Made fun of our game and left. Obnoxious, that one. But you offered her a drink, apparently. Listen, I don't know why she showed up, and I've told you everything that happened before the train sped up. Are you not satisfied? Will you to relent? I'm understanding the scenario. Vector visited to play games, Rouge couldn't find something, and left. Then Knuckles destroyed the machine. That all makes sense to me. Or rather, that all makes sense to me. Thank you for answering so many of our Actually, that's not everything, is it, Knuckles? I want to step back to something I noticed. One more name on that high score list doesn't make sense. Blazerial, can you take a look one more time? Not a name on the high score list? What is Tails talking about? Okay. O2? Oh, gotcha. All the other names have a food theme, but this one. Who here goes by Altum? You may not know, Blazerial, but there is someone here that goes by the title, the ultimate life form. Shadow. There's really someone here that goes by that? Nothing speaks by you, does it, bud? Vector and I were struggling so much with the game, but then Shadow dropped by. So Shadow was here too? He taught us the game and was the first to get his name on the scoreboard. Vector and I then fought to beat Shadow's score. They're both very annoying. You all immediately had to compete, huh? He gave me this before he left. Oh, a key. Shadow told me to lock the door and not to open it for anyone. Then he left. When Vector was leaving, I locked the door behind him. Saw no one else after locking the door. That's the honest truth. So when Amy came through here not too long ago, did you open the door for her? No. I think she has some sort of key too. That's right, the conductor gave her that special birthday key. Well, I have a lot of questions. What happened in the library to cause Vector to come here? Why is Shadow locking doors? And what was Rouge searching for? I don't know. They didn't tell me. Even though I asked with that cowboy accent. You're gonna have to find them and ask them yourselves. Crap. More information than I expected to get there, but it seems we can move on. As of right now, I believe your story, Knuckles. We'll only know for sure when we confirm things with Vector. Fair enough. The library's the next car. I'll open the lock for you. Give whoever killed Sonic an earful for me. Detective Tails and Butler. Crap, I'm a bit tired. I liked it better when he wasn't talking to us. Will do, Sheriff. Come on, Blazerial, let's head to the library. On it. This is way more exciting than microwaving jelly dogs. Blazerial! Coming. Vicky. Ready to mosey down to the next car? I'd say that, because I really want to, but you got it, partner. Onwards. Library car. Uh-oh. I'll be right back, actually. Sorry to say, but sudden snifflies, so I'll be right back. Beep. All this stuff's getting heavy. I'll dump what I don't need. Everyone's favorite journalist reporter, Amy Rose, is hot on the scoop. I'm heading out. You've been fabulously helpful. Already? Before you go, Espio and I wanted to give you your presents. My presents? You're both too sweet. Thank you. Vector, it seems we have more guests. Amy, there you are. Have you found any leads yet? Oh? The detective pair needs help from the birthday girl? Ah, she knows everyone's allowed to be sassy on their birthday. This tip is just too juicy to ignore. I'll see you all around. Don't worry, Sonic, I'll be the one to avenge you, and quick. But how are you gonna leave? The door to the next car is locked. Oh, you doubt the birthday girl? The birthday girl has a master key. Right. The birthday girl gets the birthday key. Of course, it's a birthday privilege. I'll solve this case before anyone else. Bye! Amy must be hasty, but she's thorough. Now, what are you two doing? Looking mighty suspicious, I say. I'm the detective, so I can't be the murderer. And I'm, here to ask if anyone's hungry. Starved. I'd kill for a chicken parmesan right about now. Maybe kill isn't the right language to use right now. I'm Vector, the butcher. I'm licensed to handle raw meat. And I'm Espio, the poet. Ah, poetry. A resonant message from poet to reader meant to challenge our delicate perspectives with the most rhythmic of prose. Can I hear some? Sure, Teardrops in the spring. Can you hear me sing? La 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 la, dee 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 dee. Was that it? Was that it? I have more if you like. Cherry blossoms in the spring. I'm, satisfied for now, thanks. At least he's rhyming, I suppose. Blazerial and I are here to establish both of your alibis. Can you walk us through what happened after Amy had everyone leave the dining car? Oh, sure, it's simple. Just explain this to Amy, actually. When we were all sent off, Rouge, Blaze, Shadow, and Sonic all passed through this library car. Amy told me and Espio to stay. Promptly picked a book off the shelf and made myself comfortable. Sorry, wrong one. I promptly picked a book off the shelf and made myself comfortable. Vector got bored, so he left to see what Knuckles was up to in the saloon car. Yup. Where was Rouge? We happened to see her lipstick stain on a cup at the saloon car. Rouge came over to the library car, seemingly looking for something. Then she went to search the saloon car. She came back shortly after. We heard her shout, "No way!" at the brochure stand over there. But she left back to the casino car before Shadow came through and locked the door. Wonder what she found. She's obviously been on the hunt for something. After Rouge left, Shadow walked through the casino car, then entered the library car and locked the door behind him. More importantly, why has Shadow been locking doors? Shadow walked through the library car to the saloon car where Knuckles and I were playing games. He insisted on showing us up at Super Monkey Ball. I got so engrossed by the rolling monkey action I hardly noticed when Shadow left the saloon car. I guess he walked through the library car to the casino car, again locking the door behind him, then returned to the lounge car where he was meant to be stationed. When Vector came back, we realized Knuckles locked the door to the saloon car. We were stuck in the library car. That's when the train sped up. We were worried about the bookshelves falling on us, but we got through it all right. We sat trapped here until Amy arrived asking questions. She's the one who told us someone murdered Sonic. And yeah, that's all that happened. With all these locked doors, it seems Vector or Espio couldn't have left the library car or the saloon car. Thank you both for your cooperation. We're just gonna peek around and we'll return with any questions. If you return with any meat, I'll chop it up for ya. And if you'd like to be serenaded with a poem, I got you covered too. Thanks, guys. Their alibi seems solid enough, but we should still search for clues. What we're looking for is any evidence that proves what they're saying is true. We need to confirm Vector's reason for leaving his post and determine if SPO was actually in the library car reading. A tall task, but we can do it. Let's get to the bottom of this, Tails. Absolutely. I'm done again. Ooh, brochures! There are travel destination ideas here, like amusement parks, caverns, hotels, restaurants. Oh! But Israel, look at this! There's a couple maps in there. There's a couple maps here. This seems to be a map of the library car. The books are categorized by genre, which are listed here. I love a good overhead map. Let's take it. Library map is added to your inventory. Should we take this brochure about a cave too? Look, there's stalactite. There's stalactites. Ooh, no. Pardon me. Nah, leave it. Oh, yeah, that's fair. Nobody shares my fondness for caves. Shadow supposedly walked through the library car before going into the saloon car. When Shadow left the library car, he locked the store on his way out. There's gotta be a reason he's doing this. Should we make a note of it? Yeah, I do believe we should. Shadow's lock is added to your inventory. So many books on the ground. I wish we had time to pick them all up. I sadly have no interest in picking up these books. A lot of these were knocked out by the train speeding up. But Rouge pulled a lot of these out too, searching for something. What reckless behavior. I feel sorry for the poor books. The spines are creasing. They're opening too far. This kid feels empathy for everything. Globe. A globe of our marvelous planet. I haven't traveled around much. These islands are fun and all, but I'd love to visit some of the countries. A lot of fun, honestly. Plenty of wonderful people and shops. The food can't be beat either. Ah, sounds perfect for a vacation. The conductor was talking about Spagonia, if you've ever been there. I have, actually. If you're ever visiting, be sure to stop at the university and say hi to Professor Pickle. He'll tell you everything about the area and makes one scrumptious sandwich. I'll keep that in mind, thanks. The script knows everyone and has been everywhere, haven't they? Don't know why I'm so itchy in the face, but I'm itchy in the face. The face. Something's always hidden in the trash. Let's check there. I hate to say it, but there's nothing here. I really thought there'd be something there. Blazuriel, are you sad there was nothing in the trash bin? No. No, I'm alright. I'm sure there'll be something hidden in the next trash bin we find. You really think so? Yeah. We just gotta stay optimistic. Yeah, okay. These trash bins hide a secret. I'm sure of it. Blazuriel, you're pretty unconventional, but I like that. Was that supposed to be a compliment? but I don't have snacks on me right now until boop. let's get back to it. Okay, table. Let's just take a pause and sit for a second. These chairs are very comfy, so plush. Puts me right in the mood to read. Makes me want to take a nap, personally. In fact, maybe I'll rest my eyes a bit. Oilers win? That's good to know, Drift. Good to know. Blazerial, no, don't fall asleep. There's been a murder, remember? If I had a ring for every time a murder ruined my nap time. They're solving a murder mystery. And I'm lubricating my throat with water. Which causes me to cough anyway, sometimes. Oh, poor thing. That arm is really struggling cleaning up this car. To be fair, I wouldn't want to clean up all this mess either. Let's just leave it alone to do its thing. How art thou tonight, Drift? Yeah, probably for the best. Okay, what else is there? Ah. Books. What's this bright red book? Oh, yuck. That reeks of the evil scientist Dr. Eggman. Yep, this is Dr. Eggman's autobiography and recipe book. What kind of recipes? Who cares? I wouldn't trust any book he's written. It's weird this is even here. Maybe people just appreciate an omelet. You may not be wrong. Uh-huh. Keep an open mind, Warrior Tales. Wow! I wish I could stop and look at all these books. But Sonic needs me. No time to rest. Alright, let's move on then. Well, I mean, a little peek wouldn't hurt. He's scavenging through all the book titles excitedly. He's like a kid in a candy shop, or in this case, a genius in a train library. That's odd. I know some books have fallen out of the floor and everything, but every book on these shelves is in alphabetical order, but this one... It's the user guide to the Mirage Express, the train we're currently on. Do you think someone found it on the ground and put it back? Maybe, but it is interesting. Let's make a note of this. Mirage Express manual is added to your inventory. I think we found enough clues. Let's go interrogate Vector and Espio to find out what really happened. Let's go. Fancy a poem? Can I get a poem about space? I made it up to space with my beloved antique vase. Put a mistake in my haste, dropped the vase from my embrace, so my antique I must now replace. What caused you to drop the vase? Don't read too deeply, it's just a poem. He hasn't thought it through, has he? Start interrogation. So, the two of you don't believe us, eh? So, the two of you don't believe us, eh? It's not that I don't trust either of you, but I wouldn't be a proper detective without examining the validity of your alibis. Blazerial and I are here to confirm two things. Why Vector left to go play games with Knuckles, and if Espio really was reading in the library car. Vector, we'll start with you. Why did you leave the library car to visit Knuckles? We're prepared to present evidence of if ne- Oh, that's easy. I got bored. What? I wasn't entertaining him enough, it seems. Oh, I wasn't entertaining him enough, it seems. Victor enjoys being social. Plus, we were instructed to mingle. Remember the arcade machine in the saloon car? Remembered it. So figured I'd go check it out. This seems to line up with the information we gathered with Knuckles. Then that brings our attention to you, SPO. Rouge entered the library car, found something, then left. You said you immediately started reading, but were you actually reading the entire time you were in the library car? Of course he was. Once SPO starts reading, he doesn't stop till it's done. I've seen it happen. It must have been a good read. What was the book? SPO doesn't tell you that, detective. Let the man live. What if it was embarrassing? What kind of things do you think I read? If you won't talk, I have a hunch on what that book might be. Blazerial, could you help me out? Oh, what? Hey, what's up, my ceiling? May or may not remember me. Oh, well. Bradley. I recognize the name Bradley vaguely, depending on which Bradley. I do know of a Bradley who has mentioned about streaming on Facebook. Or just about streaming, but in Facebook posts. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I thought that might be you. Okay, yeah, I remember you. How art thou tonight, my dude? Long time no see. Alright, Blazerial, what book do we think SPO may have been reading? Well, yesterday was of course April Fool's Day, and I finally achieved Platinum on The Last of Us Part 1. I could not be more delighted. So I'll be moving on to... Starting next week, I'll be doing a lot of Breath of the Wild on my Switch to catch up for its sequel. Horizon Forbidden West will probably be after that. I mean, besides, of course, getting into, of course, Tears of the Kingdom. And then hopefully this summer, I'll be going for Platinum on The Last of Us Part 2. Okay. This September for aircraft maintenance. That's pretty sweet. Can't go wrong with aircraft. I was in London when I was in college, Fanshawe. I haven't been there for years though. Complicated matters, but mainly finances. Whether I'll go back someday or not, I am not sure. Mirage Express Manual. An exhaustive manual of the Mirage Express. I more or less succeeded. I wish I'd have graduated, but... yeah. Many features and capabilities. Doesn't seem to mention how to drive the train, which would have been neat. A manual? You think... wrong character. A manual? You think SPL was reading instructions? What argument could you possibly have to support this? Uh-oh. It's think time. You've been in college or university, right, Brad? Okay. So you may or may not be able to tell that I am currently playing the think part in super slow mode. Ah, crap. Okay, I thought so. You were both grasping, I knew it. Uh-huh. Have you been streaming lately there, Vicious? Brad? Not gonna lie, it's a bit weird having people I actually know in my chat, because then I'm thinking, okay, do I call you by your real name or your alias? Oop, there we go. Sonic is finally all set to go to the very end of the thingamajiggy. To the end of the train of thought. Oh, nice. What games have you been streaming? Ooh, Stalker I've heard of. That the older original Stalker? There are books scattered around the floor, sure, but the remaining books on the shelves were all in alphabetical order. Ah. All except this manual, meaning someone, at the very least, picked the manual up and put it back in the incorrect place. This lack of attention to detail isn't normally like you, SPO. Hey now, I won't have you insulting my pal like th- Calm down, Vector. I know you mean well, but I can handle myself. Apologies, SPO. A butcher and a poet. Friendship can farm anywhere. Ooh, that sounds pretty intriguing. So I take it you're playing on PC? Ah, nice. Oh, and that means the delay isn't much. Perfect. I am never too sure how much delay there is in my Twitch streams. Yeah, so I'm only digging into this tonight because it's their April Fool's release. I'll probably close this off eventually tonight. I'll probably, maybe, if there's time, finish the rest of it tomorrow. Because otherwise I'll just forget all about this game. Quite honestly. As much as it is quite uniquely enjoyable. But then also I just want to get moved on to my other games. Focus on those, because I've developed a tendency to just want to focus on a game and keep to that. Although actually there is Fallen Order, which I do need to get playing as well, because that one sequel is coming out soon. When do you usually stream? Of the JRPGs? Have you tried Elden Ring? That's probably the next one I'd be going back into for JRPGs. Although I used to be into Final Fantasy. Just a little bit anyway. Mostly DS. Okay. Tales of Berseria. The Tales of game that I want to try out is Tales of Arise, because that is the one featuring the English voice of Bryce Papenbrook from Attack on Titan. And I absolutely am thrilled to hear that dude's voice in that game, which I have yet to own. That is indeed the book I was reading, the Mirage Express Manual. Trains are cool. Crap, and my throat is tickling like crazy. In that case, we'd like to ask you a few questions about the manual. Blazerial, if you don't mind. Pardon me, sorry. 1 p.m. weekdays or weekends? I know with weekdays I try to do 10 p.m. Eastern. Okay. Yeah. I guess that'll be why, because I'm usually at work. I used to have time to do that, but then I had to give it up after leaving college. But otherwise, I'm 10 to 1 on Monday. Although Mondays I'm gonna be starting a bit earlier because my friend just wants to make sure I get Breath of the Wild finished, so he gets me to have him over at my place to play Breath of the Wild with split controllers. But I figure, yeah, in the coming months we're going to have to change up that a bit because I want to spend more time on Breath of the Wild outside of our split controller thing where I control the left side, he controls the right side. And then so yeah, Monday nights are that, Tuesdays 10 to 1, Wednesdays are 10 to 1 if my other pals Roll the Bones, Dungeons and Dragons sessions aren't going on. And then usually Thursday and Friday night I'm 10 to 1 as well. And then Saturday sometimes I do afternoons, unless there's something else. But basically I try to fit in time either in the afternoon or during the night. And then Sunday, basically Saturday and Sundays, whatever time there is available goes. But okay, not very often. In that case, we'd like to ask you a few questions about the manual. Blazerial, if you don't mind. Could you ask SPO some questions about the manual? Just flip to a page and ask away. Oh, I see. Quiz SPO about the manual to prove he read it. Which page should I quiz him on? Too bad there's no 69. Right now it's all messed up because you have tons of stuff going on. Yeah, I totally get that. Page 14. Okay, what efficiency and extremely accurate technology was installed to assist in keeping the train spotless? Robotic arms. During events, they can perform a variety of tasks and are responsible for cleaning up trash and messes afterwards. I remember the conductor saying the train can clean itself. Though I have a feeling the train company just didn't want to hire any janitors. The robotic arms can also detect weapons or explosives being brought onto the train, ensuring passenger safety. Seems like SBO aced that question. Blazerial, hit him with another one. Oh, okay, which page do I choose? Let's go with 15. What is the Mirage Express's cancellation policy? No refunds, and you will be charged a no-show fee. This does not apply if you're over the age of 65. Gee, the person who made this rule must have been over 65. Last one, Blazerial. Let's see if SBL can go 3 for 3. Gotcha. Which page should I pick last? 16. What was implemented to support the conductor duties and ease general train obligations? An intelligent data processing system. It works in tandem with the conductor to assure smooth travel for guests. I remember this. The train has an autopilot, but it can't access its full suite of capabilities without the conductor present. Now, did I pass your little test? Sure, yeah, I guess. Totally. It's wild you were able to retain all this information so quickly. A poet's brain is often surprising. I don't know if I'd be bragging about that. You've clearly read the manual. Those answers feel far too specific to be guesses. And you both had the nerve to question my buddy like that. Don't we want to be supporting folks who read? You have to admit though, reading the entire time a murder occurred does sound a bit suspicious, even if true. But he answered all my questions so calmly. That's very impressive. No, I understand everyone's cautious attitudes. Vector was the only one to see me reading after all. My alibi is hard to substantiate despite being the truth. Huh. Well, you definitely read through the manual, so I suppose we get... SBL, is that true? Vector was the only one to see you reading? Yes, that's correct. Problem? Frankly, I don't believe that can be true. And we have evidence to back it up. Blazuriel? He always puts me on the spot. Okay, Blazuriel, think. We should have a piece of evidence linked to someone who also saw SBO reading. But what? Shadow maybe? Or a library map? No. Yeah. An overhead map of the layout of the library, shelves and tables included. Oh, whoops. Not sure what you're trying to say with that. Don't waste my time. Not sure that's right, Blazuriel. What evidence do we have that shows that someone else should have seen SBO reading? Okay. The lock that supposedly Shadow has been placing on multiple doors of the train. I don't think so. Shadow's lock? Please, pray tell what this has to do with anything. We're up, Blazer. Let's get our argument together. Uh-oh. Gotta think now. Comes the difficult crap. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Don't worry about Sonic there. Yeah, I hope to see you again as well soon. Thank you for stopping by, Brad, and I wish you the best with your streams. Hopefully someday I can return the favor. Don't have a good night? Have a great night. Ciao, my dude. Thank you again. There goes SPO's waste of time. Let's give this another go, Blazuriel. And I think after this, I'll call it. Uh-oh. Oop. Well, looks like I'll be all good. Yippers. Bam. Yeah, that works out. Shadow walked through the library car to get to the saloon car, where he set the original high score on the arcade machine. Yeah, but I ended up beating it. It wasn't the high score long. Crocs are natural gamers. SPO said that he saw Shadow enter the library car, but he's mentioned nothing about Shadow's return. Only mentions that Vector came back. When Shadow left Knuckles and Vector in the saloon car, SPO was fully seated reading his book for a good while at this point. We know Shadow had to walk back through the library car when he left the saloon car. So there's absolutely no way Shadow and SPO didn't notice one another on Shadow's return trip. I mean, it was a simple slip-up. I was just fully immersed in my book that I didn't notice Shadow. You're telling me the sound of doors opening and locking wouldn't have caused you to look up? Well, you see, I can sense SPO's desperation here. Defending the argument that he was reading the entire time isn't easy. So if you didn't see Shadow returning from the saloon car to lock all the doors, then at the moment, were you really in the library car at all? But how would SPO leave? Shadow locked all the doors and no one saw SPO in the saloon car. It's a mystery, my dear Blazerial, one that I would love for SPO to solve. You gotta believe me. That cool demeanor is vanishing. I was so involved with my book, I didn't notice Shadow pass back through the library car. Honest. When Vector returned, he even had to tap me on the shoulder to get my attention. Yeah, I think I remember doing that. Must avenge my friend's death, so I'll ask you again, SPO. If you weren't there for Shadow to see you reading, then how did you leave the library car? I didn't. Why doesn't this seem right to me? Tails definitely feels like he's onto something, but I don't see it. Was SPO simply sitting reading? Or did he somehow manage to not notice Shadow's return to the library car? What should I do? We'll find out. Join Tails. No, I can't interrupt Tails while he's on to something. Let him continue this line of questioning and... Blazerial, my favorite and beloved employee, please. Protect the passengers aboard this train. They must be taken care of. If you fail, the lawsuits will be torturous. Don't allow such an old, feeble soul to get sued. I have to make sure our guests are taken care of. I have to speak up. Tails! Huh? We have a piece of evidence that can answer all of our problems. Alright, my fellow associate, lay it on me. What piece of evidence shows that Shadow and Despio couldn't have seen one another? Ah, the library map. Alright, now let's get my thoughts in order. Okie dokie. Holy crap, another one. Probably would have had to do this either way. Oops. My bad. No, I felt so close. Let me give it another go. Good catch. Goody! Got it. Aha! Oh, that's right, I've got invincibility too, I think. Not that I need it at this point then again. That's how I tell where Sonic's going to land is the shadow. Course. The library map? Oh, I see. See the exits? They're right across from one another, a straight path. If Shadow walked down the straight path, there's a way Espio and Shadow couldn't have seen each other. Looks like you'll have to point out where exactly on the map you mean. Or could Espio have been for Shadow to not see him? Right there. Interesting. That's where I was sitting reading my book. I can second this. When I returned from the saloon car, Espio was in the same spot. That confirms it then. You see? Shadow and Espio couldn't have seen one another from this spot, because a bookcase is in the way. There's no way Shadow could have seen Espio or vice versa. Makes a lot of sense why you never mentioned Shadow's return to Espio. There's just no way you would have seen him. I apologize for losing my cool back there. Felt like I was grasping despite telling the truth. But I'm glad you all believe me now. Your alibi isn't the most airtight, but I have no further points. Thank you both for answering all our questions. We did it. Another pair of alibis. Validated. Too many locked doors to worry about, but I'm glad everything straightened itself out in the end. While I'm exhausted, I'm gonna crash here for a bit. These chairs are so comfy. Likewise, I could use a breather. Sadly, our work isn't done. I have plenty of questions for Rouge and especially Shadow. Oh, it seems the door to the next car is open. Amy must have kept it open when she passed through earlier. Then that's our cue to leave. See you later, Vector and Espio. Give 'em heck. And if you need any meat chopped up, say the word. I'll keep my poetry sharp for you both. A murder is on the loose, while doors keep getting locked. Tick, tick, tock goes the clock, while our heroes are in the caboose. At this point, I'm feeling pretty confident in our detective abilities. We're really doing this. Come on, Blazer, let's see what's next. Coming. And on that note, I'm calling it a night for the stream. So, thank you for watching. Let's keep on watching. Let's keep solving. This has been J to the B to the J to the Blaze, and I'm tuning out for the night. Boopity poppity bye. Beep. Now make my way up here. Stupid.